it to Skagway, Alaska. Oh, I can see where the rocks fell. We made it. Look at that town. You're not very good. The other side of the ship. And there's the train.
Story here on the White Pass Railroad is intertwined with the beginnings of the Klondike Gold Rush. I'm going to take you back in time to before the railroad was even built. It is August 16th of 1896. Skookum Jim, Dawson Charlie, George Carmack, and his wife Kate Carmack were in the Klondike area of the Yukon when they found that precious yellow metal shining in Rabbit Creek, now known as Bonanza Creek, a tributary to the Klondike River. Now, since George Carmack was the only white member of the group, he decided to make those first claims because they thought at the time a Native American would not be recognized as discoverer. Flash forward almost a year later to July of 1897, two ships, the Portland and the Excelsior, docked in Seattle and San Francisco, carrying the very thing that drove men to start wars and die over. With the new trend of anyone being able to strike it rich, the race to the Klondike was on. Though the trail was a treacherous 600 miles of cliffs, rocks, ice, and mud, it was too late and they had already tasted it. Gold fever had taken a hold and they had decided they will do whatever necessary. Through the summer of 1897 through early 1898, thousands of hopeful miners stampeded into the newly created tent and shack towns of Skagway and IE. Now just a quick reminder. teardrop on our right, imagine trying to work up here. The workers had to hike up here from their camps down on the valley floor, and once they got up, they found scarcely enough footing for an eagle, yet they had to find a way to blast through the rock. To do so, the men worked in teams of 3, doing something called double jacking.
That's a cool road.
Makes sense why you don't know about our famous Liarsville howl then, huh? I see. You see, we have a very special way of communicating here in Liarsville, and if you master it, you just might be able to go home with all that gold in your pockets. I did say might, it's a tourist attraction after all. Now, it is my duty as your guide to prepare you, so I'm afraid you may not exit this craft until your howl meets my standards. Lucky for you, my standards are pretty darn low, so when I say, I carried, I hate to say it, but I think the rest of you can do a little bit better. Just try and mash it, you know? One more time. We'll take that, my friends. My name is Al Anderson. I'm coming to you today as one of those famous Liarsville players. If you haven't heard of us yet, count yourselves lucky. Now, we have a fantastic schedule set out for you friends today. First of all, you're going to go over here to our trail camp, where you can see how we lived 128 years ago. There, you can go to Madam Jane's Fancy Goods and see the books and the wonderful things we have on display and maybe take a couple home with you. Then also, we have a waterfall for your picture-taking pleasure. Then we have a show for you down at the Hippodrome. After that, we'll take you over to the gold fields where you can pan for some genuine 19-karat gold. Subsequently, I hope you've worked up an appetite because we're taking you over to the cookhouse for our world-famous Liarsville salmon bake, where we have, you guessed it, barbecue chicken. No, sorry, there's salmon too. Rice pilaf, we got scalloped potatoes, we got all kinds of wonderful food for you. You sweet tooths there in the back, we have some blueberry cake that is just to die for, my friends. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of us that live here. We don't bite. Well, the madams might if you pay a little extra, but we don't shame or judge neither, so ask any question you might have. Without further ado, I think you folks are all set to go, so let's get this stampede started. Welcome to Liarsville.
Free room.
Everybody makes new friends. I'm going to demonstrate how to pan for gold, then I'll set you free to pan for gold. So if you stay close, you can hear me. Then we'll actually go close. Alright, swarm one. Nobody got lost in Juneau. Nobody's going to get lost in Juneau. You know, so the cool part is about this Southeast Alaska here, found out we don't have any snakes. They can't get passports. They can't come in here. You can take all these hikes. You won't see a single snake. You might see a bear or 5, but not a single snake. All right, we all here now? Some are running away. Well, it's not going to pan out for them. All right, everyone. So we just heard the fun stories about them going up over the mountains trying to get their riches 500 miles away. Well, we're just going to have a day adventure today. So we're going to have a little bit smaller pan than some of them would use, but I like the smaller pan because then our hands don't get so fatigued like the bigger pans would. And typically it's the same amount of work for the small amount of gold. But this gold pan is just that bottom corner. You see the high side of that corner now? All nice and empty, so underneath all that dirt is that gold in that bottom corner. So with it being tilted, we're going to take that pan, we're going to start shaking it side to side. We're going to call that a jiggle jiggle for you, but it's not a wiggle wiggle. I just did all the wiggling on stage. We're lazy over here. We do like a 2-step, just side to side. You're going to jiggle it so you get a gap in the front and the back of the pan there to make sure all that dirt and gold is in that corner. We're going to pause there. We're going to do a wash. You're going to take that pan, dip in the water, pull back, dip in the water, pull back. Water's going to flow in, light sand's going to wash out. Kind of like cleaning layers of an onion. We're just going to clean a little inside. So you get jiggle, jiggle. You're going to pause it. Do a wash. Jiggle, jiggle. Wash. We're going to do that so much today, we're going to dream about it tonight. Jiggle, jiggle, wash. Jiggle, jiggle, wash. I need all of us to find our inner child. As adults, we're afraid we're going to lose this gold. So we're sitting here jiggling this all day long, wondering why you can't find your gold, why there's so much sand in this pan. You gotta let your sand go. Otherwise, you're just turning that sand into dust. We're gonna let it go all the way down to about a teaspoon of dirt. Now I'm down to about a teaspoon of dirt. It does not look like there's anything in that pan, does it? But I think of gold like a human. If you lived on that beautiful creek, you just found out you're going to be collected, put on a finger, wrapped around the neck, and made into a coin, put in a box forever, you're going to hide, aren't you? That gold's hiding. How do we find it? Take that pan, put it flat. We'll just do a couple swirls of that water, and that gold's going to come right out of that corner for you. And there's that gold in that pan. So that gold's pretty cool. You know the value of gold today? It went down? See, I've been hearing it's been about $3,000 an ounce or higher or lower. I'm not really sure right now, but every flake is worth at least $1. This is so much gold here in Liarsville, we could all buy brand new cars today. What kind of matchbox do you want? New car. So once we get down to that gold, you're going to go back to that gold collection bag, and we need to fill it all the way with water. Water is going to be a pretty good friend when it comes to this situation. But we are making friends right now, right? Right. All right, so we need to get a dry finger. Best way is to look at your neighbor and say, "Hi, friend," and wipe it on their shoulder. Get a dry finger. Got a few things today. We're going to find some gold today, but to keep us safe, we didn't find any gold. In the early times, we bragged about the gold we found. We probably got lost in the woods and somebody else had our gold. I got 2 rules for you. My first rule is don't fall in the troughs. I don't have a lifeguard on duty. My second rule is don't dump out your dirt. If you dump out that dirt, it's a 100% chance you will not find gold. If you follow the steps, we'll make sure it pans out for you. We got a great group. I'm going to grab a big stack of pans. If I could have one person from every group come up and tell me you need 1, 2, 5, or 11 pans, bring them to your group and start panning. Come give me numbers and let's start panning.
Barbecue chicken, salmon, slaw, baked beans with caribou in it, rice pilaf, Caesar salad, blueberry fruit, lemonade. Yay! She was good. Well, how cool. start it. Come on down, baby. You can see more. Our bus driver and some of the guides told us that there's little things on the end of the tree that when the sickness used to come into the camps, they would eat these and it would give them a good dose of vitamin C. So he's going to try one. I hope you're going to have an upset tummy. Is it bitter? He said it was bitter. You're brave.
It actually has something inside of it.
Really? So the zest. Well, thanks for telling us and walking off, Terry. Remember, I'm videoing. Are you wanting to make a face and not let nobody see? Can't take it on board.
I'm not going to. He said you could eat it.
Klondike Doughboy. Hey guys, I've always wanted to try fly bread. Didn't know what it was. We kept meeting people. They're like, yeah, you need to try it, you need to try it. We tried it. Look how big that thing is. It's good. It's like a donut, but it's flat. It's fluffy. Take you a bite of it. If you love cinnamon and sugar and bread, oh my. So now we know what fly bread is. It's the Doughboy. And we got mooseberry gummies. They said the moose like to eat them. They're high up on the thing, the mooseberries. So they made gummies. You like it?
Yeah, it tastes kind of like a donut.
You like it better than a funnel cake?
No, I like both of them.
Guys, look how empty the streets are now. It's 5:30, 2 hours before a ship leaves, and it's dead. Wow. I don't know what that is. What kind of animal do you think it is? Hey, did you have fun at Skagway?
Yeah,
It's
really
funny, we booked our table as we were walking up to the ship and got here, and they took us right here at the door. Terry's sitting out in the middle of everybody. What are you going to get, fried chicken?
Yeah, just fried chicken.
That's the only sunset we'll get in Skagway. This is one place I would not want to take a little small plane ride. Nope. Walk over there and see. Guys, we just took the bus to Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center. Oh my goodness, look at that glacier.
That's neat.
That is so neat. I didn't know we'd get to see it this well. Yeah. Boy, listen at the sound of that falls. It's peaceful from here. Guys, this is beautiful. Even in the rain, which that's how I picture Alaska anyway, in the rain. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Awesome. Look at that glacier.
There we go.
Little souvenir for your mom.
Oh yeah, this is worth the walk. That is really neat. This is a beautiful area.
Ooh. Oh, I thought it stopped. I just had to look up and it did something.
It's a tram drive in.
Don't tell me that, dude. That's so cool. Comes in nice and easy.
Total elevation of roughly 3,560 feet. I would measure it myself if I had a tape measure long enough, but I don't think the world makes one. I would really like to try sometime though.
Look at that, how pretty.
Once we get up to the top, folks, we're going to be exiting off onto the Sky Bridge level. The Sky Bridge level has the gift shop and the Alaskan Native gift shop.
You see the porcupines?
Just keep in mind that those
Eagles.
Alaskan Native gift shop prices are going to be a little more expensive than the traditional gift shops because those are handmade goods and arts and crafts from local Alaskan artists, and that is how we pay our bills. And I say we because I am an artist and it's really hard. The word that I'm looking for is struggling artist. That's why I got a job here, because it's hard. It's really hard to pay your Hulu bills when you don't make enough money every month. And folks, once we on that lower level of the Sky Bridge, or on the Shaw Hit, which translates to English from Tlingit to the Mountain House. Once we get up top on that lower level, folks, is the Timberline Bar and Grill, which I believe is now switched over into lunchtime services. They have amazing, I was told yesterday, an eclectic menu of things.
Look at
they
this,
have
we're
burgers,
above the clouds.
seafood, they have crab meat nachos, crab cakes, burgers, chicken strips, quesadillas. I'm sure they even have salmon. I don't know. I never look at their menu. It's so large, I get overwhelmed. So go check them out, folks. Their food's really good. It smells delicious. All my coworkers eat it and I get jealous. On that same level, across the hall from the Timberline Bar and Grill, we have the Chilkat Theater. The Chilkat Theater plays a short 20 to 25 minute documentary about the Tlingit people. The Tlingit people, or the Klondike people, are the indigenous people that have occupied this land for the last 12,000 plus years. And I myself am a proud enrolled member of the tribe. So go ahead and check that out, folks. It talks about post-colonization, pre-colonization, the Russian trade history, the Japanese trade history, and some of the war that we had with those two countries as well, and some of our traditional practices, which is such as my favorite, the marriage system. You're matching me today.
Upstairs was the gift shop and the restrooms. Let's go down. Another gift shop, bar, and a restaurant, and a movie theater. Oh man, look at the skins. A goat and two bears. Oh my. Antler. There is the bridge. That's what they call it. Amazing. This is Juneau, Alaska. See that? Ain't that amazing? And there's snow.
But feel free to chit chat and walk around.
There were two distinct communities of Klondike people that occupied this sector of southeast Alaska. The Akwan, or the Smaller people, and Takikwan, or Geese Flood Upriver people. Basically, the Ak people are from this side of the bridge, in the village site called Flounder at the base of the creek. And the Taku people are from the other side, called Where the Sun Rays Touch First, and Spirit Helper. Historical sources suggest some village sites on the Taku River and in the Juneau Douglas and Auk Bay areas had been inhabited for well over 750 years.
It does feel like we're going fast.
So the Ak tribe and the Taku tribe have lived harmoniously and shared villages in this area for centuries. Chief Kawi was the leader of the Ak people when they occupied a village on Ak Bay, about 13 miles northwest of downtown Juneau. There were seasonal festivals associated with the harvest of herring during the spawning season. They then moved to another traditional Ak site, founded by Tlingit ancestors in the heart of downtown Juneau. It is known today as the Juneau Indian Village. Prospectors Richard Harris and Joe Juneau were sent to the Ak region by George Peels, a businessman and mining engineer from Sitka. After trading much of their grub state for home brew, they returned to Peels empty-handed, but were promptly sent back to try again.
That glacier one.
In 1880, Chief Kawi revealed to Juneau and Harris the presence of gold in Silver Bow's Basin Gold Creek, after which Juneau was founded in the same year. After the discovery of gold in the area, Harris and Juneau carried approximately 1,000 pounds of gold, or back to Sitka, for their investor, George Peels. The Juneau Gold Rush of 1880 resulted in some of the largest gold mines in the world, including the Treadwell mines on Douglas Island. Mayflower Island, across from the Douglas Indian Village, was a traditional subsistence site which yielded a once healthy herring run and spawn for tribal inhabitants. Tribal members spent winters at the Douglas Indian Village, while others built their homes in the Juneau Indian Village. Traditional use campsites were located south of downtown Juneau, on the shores of what is now Fane Road.
There it is, Alaska shortcut.
Tribal members also spent summers at numerous fishing camps on the Taku River. The settlement founded by Juneau and Harris was originally called Harrisburg and later Rockwell. Miners often use both names in their
that we got today in Juneau, it kind of looks like yesterday's, but with curled legs, because that's the same nose it had. Cute. Guys, it is 10:30 at night. Still daylight. Look at those mountains. Talk about beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen beauty like this in my entire life. Amazing. Amazing. I've heard people talk about this forever. God's gonna make me cry. It's so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I went to the other side of the ship. This one right here, it took my breath away. Awesome. Amazing. Oh my goodness, amazing. And there's mountains behind mountains. Amazing. Now we need a whale to jump up. Something you don't see on a Caribbean cruise. Look at that. It's mountain upon mountain upon mountain. It's a silent night. Everybody's listening to a different song. Thanks so much for watching our day in Skagway and Juneau. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be in Ketchikan. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.